If you want to build a PC that performs amazingly well in your favorite games and programs and fits your budget and needs, then you came to the right place. I'll show you the best PC builds for 1080p, 1440p and 4K resolution, explaining to you the level of performance that you get with each system. By the way, you can find the links to each PC down below in the video description with the latest pricing and availability in your region. My name is Valentino. That being said, let's start. With the first system, we have the best 1080p gaming PC. This is going to be a beast of a 1080p system because you get a Ryzen 5 7600, which is one of the best value CPUs in the entire market, and it's also very fast for esports games. So if you want to play games like Valorant or Fortnite, you can expect around 240 plus FPS on average competitive settings, or even more depending on the game and the exact settings. So feel free to go with a 240 or 360 Hz monitor if you want to compete. And then if you want to play high demanding games, well, here you get the Intel Arc B570, which has 10 gigs of VRAM and is going to be amazing for high demanding games at 1080p resolution. By the way, with this graphics card, you can also play at 1440p with no issues. So if you end up upgrading to a 1440p monitor down the line, feel free to do so because this graphics card is going to be amazing. Then you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is going to be crucial for streaming and content creation in case you want to do more than just gaming. Then you get an aftermarket CPU cooler with RGB, and you get a case with plenty of airflow from Cooler Master. The total price for this system by the time of filming is around $850 USD, which is a really good price considering you are getting one of the best 1080p gaming PC builds out there, and it's also 1440p ready. Now, if you have over $1,000 USD to spend, you can actually get one of the best value 1440p gaming PCs out there with a Ryzen 5 7600 processor and the RX 7800 XT graphics card. With this gaming PC, you can play any game that you want at 1440p resolution, and I'm talking about over 90 FPS on average in high demanding games, high to ultra settings. That's why, in my opinion, this is one of the best value 1440p gaming PCs in the market, because it's definitely not the most expensive system out there, and it will give you plenty of performance for both 1080p and 1440p and even some 4K resolution gaming depending on the games that you are playing and depending on the settings. Now, if you use this PC for 1080p, you can expect well over 100 FPS on average, high to ultra settings in high demanding titles, which is a very high number considering we are talking about high demanding games. Now, in terms of esports shooters, you get the same CPU, so feel free to go with a 1440p 240 Hz monitor if you want to compete in games like Fortnite, CS2 and games of that nature. For the rest of the components, you also get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, so an amazing level of streaming and content creation performance. You get Wi-Fi included, an aftermarket CPU cooler, great airflow and a really solid power supply. Now, the total price for this system by the time of filming is under 1200 USD, so it's a very nice price. That's why I do believe that this is the best value price to performance 1440p system in the entire market. Now, if you want to max out 1440p resolution or you want to play at 4K high to ultra settings but you don't want to spend over 2000 USD, then I recommend you getting the next one on the list, which has a Ryzen 7 7700X, which is one of the best CPUs in the entire market. I mean, you get 8 cores, it's very fast for gaming and content creation and productivity work, so you are getting an excellent CPU overall to pair with the RTX 5070 Ti. The RTX 5070 Ti is one of the fastest graphics cards in the market, and you can max out 1440p resolution with this GPU. You can easily play at 130 plus FPS in high demanding games, high to ultra settings, so this is a very high number, and you can play at around 80 plus FPS at 4K, so feel free to have a 4K monitor if you want to. I do recommend you having a 1440p one if you want to max out the level of performance that you're getting. Here you get 2 terabytes of SSD, so you get plenty of storage. You get a bigger aftermarket CPU cooler for this Ryzen 7, and by the way, in terms of esports games, you can expect well over 360 plus FPS on average in games like Fortnite or Valorant, so feel free to go with a 360, possibly even 480 Hz 1440p or 4K monitor if you want to compete. Here you also get an upgraded motherboard with plenty of features, and then then for the case, you get one of the most premium cases out there in my opinion, in the Monte King 65 Pro. The total price for this system by the time of filming is around 1800 USD, which makes it, in my opinion, a really good gaming PC overall for 1440p and 4K. Yes, this PC is expensive, but it's definitely not as expensive as other systems in the market, so I do believe that this system is still an amazing choice if you're looking for high-end gaming and you are not looking to spend over $2,000 or $3,000. And then if you are willing to spend more and you want to play at 4K ultra settings, you want to play in the most high demanding titles out there with no issues, then I do recommend you getting the next one on the list, which has the RTX 5080 graphics card. The RTX 5080 will be able to average over 90 FPS at 4K high to ultra settings, and if you turn on the LSS, of course you can expect higher frame rate depending on the game and depending on the exact settings. And then here you also get the fastest CPU in the entire market for gaming in the Ryzen 7 9800X3D. So if you want to play high CPU demanding games or you want to play esports shooters, you can feel free to max out any monitor refresh rate because this CPU is capable of playing at the highest FPS in these type of games. Here you also get a King 95 Pro case, which is one of the best cases out there, and you get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler to pair with your Ryzen 7 9800X3D. So you get top tier aesthetics and top tier performance. This is, in my opinion, one of the best quality gaming PCs in the entire market, but the price of course is going to be very high. The total price for this system by the time of filming is around $2,700, which again, it's very expensive, but I do recommend you buying this system if you have around $3,000 to spend and you want to play at 4K ultra settings. Now, down below in the video description, you will also find bonus PCs, and one of them is a gaming PC with the RTX 5090. So if you have a bunch of money to spend and you just want the best of the best, I recommend you getting that one instead, but it is going to be more expensive. And then down below you can also find the best value esports PC. So if you want to play a game like Valorant, Fortnite, CS2 and these type of games, but you do not want to spend a bunch of money, then I do recommend you getting that PC instead. And of course, I will be updating those links with the latest pricing and availability, so I do recommend you checking those out for you to see the latest pricing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.